Welcome back to Cool Rag Dies and KOTOR. Um, okay, it's not that bad, but still. But Karth, I want to level up.
I'm here.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll do it.
What?
Hmm?
Oh no, Zalbar.
Down you go!
There goes Zalbar again. Droid.
Thank you for saving me, Master Jedi. I am C842, a personal assistant droid. As I said, I am C842, a personal assistant droid. Although in recent months the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance. Did she send you to find me? Please do not tell her you saw me. Yes, but I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her. She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those cat hounds. I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me? But, but why? You're right. How could I be so selfish? I must not think only of myself, but of how it affects her. She must be frantic, and if she lost me, she'd be devastated. I must return then. It is.
That's so weird. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? Yet?
You asked for this!
I'm here.
What?
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it. Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Woo.
Achuta, Wonga, Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tuk ning chatukune, mulerab. Mucho shak bakat. Kiye no no namapaule rachikun. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Tong na bungsha nununya. Tong patukashmak talea. Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunotek. Tuk ning chatukune,
Ooh, I get to solve a
mulerabes.
moiter.
Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poet. Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Slimo podonar. Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching pala. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Slim. Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunking ba nunotek. Tuk ning chat. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Slimo podonar. Rundi hodunga ku. Ronda dijo Tonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching pa. Mucho shak pakat.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes.
I thought it was
So I shoot
cloudy.
it, and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the...
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, when all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and...
I wasn't trying to leave.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one master. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both. If you had any need of my... I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder. Is there any information you... My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you... These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Cat hounds. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by cat hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other Very well.
Hotonga. Takumjus takmiki grabulmogo. Jedubadawana nidibobo. Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nitapoe tikito. Dolpa da bongwal. Mujashak pakat.
Rickard is lying. It was no sun glare.
Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nitapoe tikito. Dolpa da takumjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu itabodunga. Dolbabank. Kachikun itahodonga. Mujashak pakat. Kienono.
Okay.
So, what do you want? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, what do you want to know? Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it... Right. So, what do you want...
I didn't do that.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. Of course.
hotonga kun hunkabi. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun be. Ah. Runda di hot. Ah. Runda. Ta kung just tak Mickey grabble mogo.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Is
Should
there
have
any
asked
other
the droid.
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you...
But he doesn't use a speeder.
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? The South... Is there... Very well.
Ah. Runda di hoton. Kachi. Runda di hoton. Ah. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun. Jidaba the tong hait wam jiji jum lumpa. Runda di ho. Ah. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Ta kung just tak Mickey grabmogo. Kachichu ita bodonga. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iki mucho shak baka.
Looks like it's
So,
Rickard again.
what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right. So, what do you want? Right.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But
Ooh.
as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
There's an affair in there now?
Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Is there... Very well.
Ah. Akupa cheko. Ah. Runda di hodonga kun. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Mucho shak bakat.
Is there any other I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had been... We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample. Is there any other... Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
Tong abong sha umnina wanga kumbis ke runda di hotonga runda di hotonga kun hunk
Hey, what are you doing?
jeda badawana ni di bobo tong na bung sha nununya ka chi kun ita hodonga iking kuno pamulera chi kun slimo podona rundi hodonga Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun be tong abong sha umnina. Wanga kun bis king. Ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bolawan. Kachi kun ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamu. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun be. Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Tolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chui damn you. Ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chui ita bodunga. Tolpa bank waleo ganda na. Kachi kun. Tong haitwam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe
I have
tikito.
been watching a lot of detective series. Is this?
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi.
Achuta. Unga
Achuta.
kumbis tulpi kiko.
I leveled up without almost dying. Yay. That one. Restricted by armor. Hmm. Ugh. Do we ignore it? Nope.
Time to rumble.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what I would. It's just so great. We're just gonna go right home right now. Don't worry. I'm gonna hug you and.
I'm so sorry, droid.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order. I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
First the Jedi trick you into becoming an enemy, then they welcome you back as a friend. I can't say I approve of their training methods.
I do not know what the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force and the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
Oi. Oh, that's getting hot.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our order.
Woohoo!
It is good to see Johnny has returned to the way of the... Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for. A Jedi must ever... I knew Revan as a promising young pupil. Revan was strong in the Force, but also headstrong and proud. Such traits are not unusual in a Padawan. Perhaps that was why I did not see the true extent of the danger. Many of the young Jedi admired Revan, including Malak. When Revan set off to challenge the Mandalorians, Malak was the first to join the cause. And when Revan fell to the dark side, it was inevitable Malak would fall as well. Revan was always the more powerful of the pair. When Revan fell, we had hoped the Sith threat was ended. But Malak quickly assumed Revan's role and embraced the dark side as fully. You should speak to Master Dorak after this council. As chronicler of this academy, he can give you more details of these events. But we must... Now, Malak leads the Sith Armada against the Republic. Hate and vengeance drawing him ever further down. Only you and Bastila. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila. And for you. But you must draw strength from each other.
I demand justice!
Oh
The
god.
Central family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof. And we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, We Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matali we will look into a son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
If Shen Matali is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matali and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our...
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of...
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this enclave for a bit. I mean, come on.
Padawan, I must speak with you. You are now one of the Jedi, an order with a long... As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunate, the Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past. Of course, I could not tell you the entire history of our order. The Jedi have existed for thousands upon thousands of years. We are as old as the Republic itself. Instead, I will begin 40 years ago with the War of Exar Kun. Like Malak and Revan, Exar Kun was a Jedi who fell to the dark side and led an army against the Jedi and the Republic. Exar Kun was defeated, but the war left both the Republic and our own order severely weakened. For 20 years we struggled to rebuild, trying to erase the scars of the terrible conflict. All things in time. You shall learn that history is an intricate weaving of many events. No one thing can be understood without the proper context. 20 years ago, the Mandalorians, aware that the Republic was in a weakened state, began conquering small worlds on the Outer Rim. They were careful to choose only planets outside the Republic's jurisdiction. After much debate, the Senate chose not to intervene. As long as the Mandalorians avoided planets that were members of the Republic itself, there would be no retaliation. Well, you can hardly blame the Republic. The memory of war was fresh in everyone's mind. Nobody was eager to relive the horrors in a campaign against the Mandalorians. But in the end, it was unavoidable. The Mandalorians stockpiled resources from their conquered worlds, preparing for a massive assault. 7 years ago, they launched a simultaneous attack in 3 separate sectors of Republic space. The Senate had no choice but to retaliate with the entire Republic fleet. The Mandalorian Wars had begun. The Republic petitioned the Jedi Council for aid, but there were many factors to consider before we allowed ourselves to be drawn into another conflict, so soon after the war with Exar Kun. While the Jedi Council preached patience, there were many among our order who were eager for us to join the battle. 2 young knights in particular demanded immediate action, Revan and Malak. They rallied many of the Jedi to their cause, and against the wishes of their masters, joined the Republic fleet battling the Mandalorians. Revan was a brilliant military leader, and the Republic fleet began to win victory after victory. 4 years ago, the Mandalorians surrendered unconditionally. Revan and Malak were heroes, the great saviors of the Republic. A third of the Republic fleet was under their direct command. And then something happened. Instead of returning after the war's end, the ships under Revan's command went deep into unexplored space. They claimed to be searching for the last remnants of the Mandalorian fleet. All contact was lost. For many months, it was assumed some great disaster had befallen the entire fleet. Everyone thought they were dead. There were unsubstantiated rumors of Revan and Malak being seen on a number of different planets during these months, scattered sightings that were never confirmed. Perhaps they simply went far beyond the edges of Republic space. Maybe they found previously undiscovered hyperspace routes to the ends of the galaxy. Nobody knows for certain. 3 years ago, Revan and Malak returned at the head of a massive invasion fleet. Revan had assumed the title of Sith Lord, the hero had become a conqueror. Some of the ships in the Sith fleet are those that were under Revan's command during the Mandalorian Wars, but many more are of an alien design we've never seen before. The source of this massive fleet is one of the many things about the Sith we cannot explain. It seems impossible to have created it in such a short time, yet we cannot deny its existence. The source of the Sith soldiers is unfortunately much easier to understand. Initially, the bulk of the force were former Republic soldiers who had served under Revan. With each conquest, thousands more flocked to join the invaders, swelling their numbers. Even many of our own order have betrayed us, lured by Sith promises of riches and power. For 2 years, the Sith were all but invincible. Fortunately, Bastila and her battle meditation allowed the Republic to win a few key victories and kept the Sith from total triumph. In desperation, we set a trap for the Dark Lord. Bastila was with the strike team that tried to capture Revan, as you probably know. She was there at Revan's end. That was nearly a year ago, but things have not improved. Malak has stepped in and assumed the mantle of Dark Lord for himself, though he's far from Revan's equal in strategy or tactics. Still, his fleet continues to grow in both ships and soldiers. If we do not find some way to stop the Sith soon, Malak will overwhelm us with sheer numbers. Revan's tale shows us how even the greatest of Jedi can fall to the dark side. You must always be on guard against the evil that dwells within you. Think hard upon this lesson. May the Force be with you.
Ooh.
What can I do?
Oh. Hello. We're gonna go investigate a kidnapping.
You've been holding out on us again. Since you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please! Take my wife and children instead. Anything!
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
Bastila?
from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf of the Council. I was beginning, though I think your time would be better spent interrogating. Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantooine to escape the crush of humanity on the core worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandrels arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since.
Somehow I imagine the story from the Sandrels would sound just about the same, don't you?
The injustices the Sandrels have committed against the Matales are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandrel droids trespassing on my land. I have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps? Destruction of my property? Maybe a simple spy mission? I wasn't about to find out. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived. It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandrel clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids. The only resolution... Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns... Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that eventually I will take whatever action...
You would be willing to...
It is the Sandrel...
And here I thought you would blame us if we failed. It seems everyone is responsible for your action.
I don't need to stand...
I'm impressed, Carl. That interjection.
What can I say? You pick up a few things.
I'm afraid Alan is not just making idle threats. He is rash and foolish enough to attempt a full assault on the Sandrel estate. Such action would result in an all-out war between the families.
I've seen men like Alan Matali before. He's so convinced that his hatred is justified, he's prepared to do anything. And if we don't intervene, there will be war.
Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.
The Force fights with me!
How'd you like that?
Oi. Gonna make it to the Sandrel estate and then get off.
You cannot win.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
So this is the meddler. I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed and...
Right. Oops. Well, I was gonna go do that. Might as well stop here, though. Sounds like a great idea. I was due for a death. Anyway, so, hope you're enjoying still. And until next time, have a nice week.